Imagine a positively charged particle shot into a region of space at high speed. Suddenly, it encounters two invisible fields. Instead of being violently deflected or thrown into a chaotic spiral, the particle continues moving in a perfectly straight line, completely unaffected. This occurs because two distinct physical forces are perfectly balancing each other in real time. To understand how we can manipulate the trajectory of charged particles with such extreme precision, we must look at the geometry of the Lorentz Force equation, F equals QE plus QV cross B. This single equation dictates how electric and magnetic fields cooperatively steer matter. Let us isolate the first term of the equation, the electric force, represented as Fe equals QE. Visualize a pair of parallel metal plates. The upper plate is positively charged and the lower plate is negatively charged. This setup creates a uniform electric field pointing straight down. If we place a stationary positive charge between these plates, it experiences a force pointing in the exact direction of the field vectors. The geometric relationship is purely linear. The force vector scales directly with the charge magnitude Q and the field strength E. No matter how fast the particle is moving or in which direction, the electric force vector remains constant in both direction and magnitude. Now, remove the electric field and introduce a uniform magnetic field represented by the vector B, pointing directly into the screen. If our positive charge is stationary, nothing happens. Unlike the electric field, a magnetic field exerts zero force on a stationary charge. The magnetic force term, FB equals QV cross B, requires velocity. The presence of the cross-product operator x introduces a fundamental geometric constraint. The resulting force vector must always be perpendicular to both the velocity vector v and the magnetic field vector b simultaneously. This perpendicular relationship is governed by the right-hand rule. Imagine your right index finger pointing in the direction of the velocity vector v and your middle finger pointing in the direction of the magnetic field b. Your thumb, pointing perpendicular to both, indicates the direction of the magnetic force Fb. Because this force is always orthogonal to the direction of motion, it can never perform work on the particle. It cannot increase or decrease the kinetic energy of the charge. Instead, it acts purely as a steering mechanism, constantly changing the direction of the velocity vector without altering its speed. Let us visualize this continuous steering geometrically. A particle enters a uniform magnetic field with a velocity vector pointing to the right. The magnetic force immediately acts perpendicular to this velocity, pulling the particle upward. As the particle deflects upward, its velocity vector rotates. Consequently, the perpendicular magnetic force vector also rotates, pointing now to the left. This continuous perpendicular pull forces the particle into a perfect circular orbit. The radius of this circle is expressed as r equals mv over bb. As the velocity v increases, the orbit grows wider. But the time required to complete one full orbit remains constant, determined by the cyclotron frequency, omega equals qb over m. When we combine both fields, we get the complete Lorentz force equation, F equals QE plus QV cross B. Geometrically, we are superimposing two distinct vector fields. The total force acting on the particle at any instant is the vector sum of a constant linear force and a velocity-dependent perpendicular force. By manipulating the orientation and strength of these two field vectors, we can sculpt highly complex three-dimensional trajectories. Consider the case where the electric field E and the magnetic field B are aligned parallel to one another, pointing along the z-axis. A positive charge is injected with an initial velocity perpendicular to this axis. The magnetic field forces the particle to rotate in a circle within the xy plane. Meanwhile, the electric field continuously accelerates the particle along the z-axis. Geometrically, this superimposition stretches the circle into a three-dimensional helix. Because the electric acceleration along the z-axis is continuous, the pitch of the helix increases over time, creating a spiral that expands along the axis of the fields. Now let us cross the fields so that they are perpendicular to one another. Place the magnetic field pointing into the screen and the electric field pointing downward. If we release a positive charge from rest, the electric field immediately pulls it downward. As the particle gains velocity downward, the magnetic field begins to exert a force, bending its path to the right. As the trajectory curves upward against the electric field, the particle slows down. When it comes to a temporary stop, the magnetic force drops to zero, and the electric field pulls it downward again. This repeating cycle traces a geometric curve called a cycloid, resembling the path of a point on the rim of a rolling wheel. This brings us back to our initial paradox. What if we shoot the particle horizontally through these crossed fields? The downward electric force Fe is constant. The upward magnetic force Fb depends on the horizontal velocity v. If we adjust the velocity so that the upward magnetic force perfectly matches the downward electric force, the net force becomes zero. Mathematically, QE equals QVB. The charge Q cancels out, leaving us with a specific velocity, V equals E over B. Any particle traveling at this exact speed will experience zero net force and pass through the fields in a perfectly straight line. This geometric balance is the operating principle behind velocity selectors used in mass spectrometers. By placing a narrow slit at the end of the crossed field region, we can filter out all particles except those traveling at the precise velocity of V equals E over B. This allows scientists to isolate isotopes and analyze chemical compositions with extreme accuracy. By understanding the geometric interaction of electric and magnetic vectors, we can command the trajectories of subatomic particles, transforming raw physical forces into highly precise analytical tools.